And here is the Vegan's Almanac for today, the 25th of January. Kiss a Shark Week, celebrated in the fourth full week of January, is a 7-day affair that showcases the shark for all the right reasons. Sharks have been here for 450 million years. They were here long before the dinosaurs and have survived 5 major extinctions. They form life as we know it and keep the oceans, our planet's life force, healthy. Shark fossils from some 380 million years ago show us that sharks back then were identical to some existing shark species today. 359 million years ago, an extinction event killed approximately 75% of all Earth's species, leaving sharks at the top of the food chain, causing the formation of several new shark species. Sharks don't have bones. Instead, they have cartilaginous tissues. The lack of bones makes them lighter and helps them be more buoyant. A shark's skin feels like sandpaper because it is made up of small teeth-like structures, dermal denticles, that point in one direction. Sharks reproduce in different ways. They could be oviparous, egg-laying, or viviparous, live-bearing, depending on the species of shark. In 1975, Steven Spielberg's thriller Jaws was a huge hit, but it created fear about sharks among the general public. Spielberg later attempted to dispel the incorrect view of sharks as human hunters. There is undoubtedly no other species on the planet that is more collectively hated and villainized. Even though sharks are the unsung heroes of our watery world, we spend most of our media attention on misconceptions and fear, blinding us to the fact that their populations are decreasing at incredibly alarming rates. Although the shark made it through 5 mass extinction events, today they are near extinct. Shark populations have declined by 71% since 1970. The primary cause is overfishing. 100 million or more are killed annually for fins and meat, but their slow reproduction rates compound their endangerment. The oceans produce more oxygen than all the rainforests combined, remove half of the atmosphere's man-made carbon dioxide, and control our planet's temperature and weather. Remove sharks, and that balance is seriously upset. Studies are already indicating that regional elimination of sharks can cause disastrous effects, including the collapse of fisheries and the death of coral reefs. One study in the U.S. indicates that the elimination of sharks resulted in the destruction of the shellfish industry in waters off the mid-Atlantic states of the United States. Other studies in Belize have shown reef systems falling into extreme decline when the sharks have been overfished, destroying an entire ecosystem. During this Kiss a Shark Week, remember, sharks and humans need each other to survive. The publication of the first edition of The Emotional Lives of Animals, a leading scientist explores animal joy, sorrow, and empathy, and why they matter, by Marc Bekoff, was on this day in 2007. A seminal exploration of animal emotion, sentience, and cognition, revised and expanded to incorporate a surge of new science. When award-winning scientist Marc Bekoff penned the first edition of this book in 2007, he predicted that over time our understanding of animal cognition and emotion would grow richer, more accurate, and possibly different. Since then, not only has the field seen an explosion of new and startling research, but the popular interest in the subject has grown as well, spawning countless podcasts, articles, and best-selling books. Bekoff skillfully blends extraordinary stories of animal joy, empathy, grief, embarrassment, anger, and love with the latest scientific research, confirming the existence of emotion that common sense and experience have long implied. Filled with light humor and compassion, The Emotional Lives of Animals is a clarion call for reassessing both how we view and how we treat animals. And here's a poem for today, Basking Shark by Norman MacCaig. To stub an oar on a rock where none should be, to have it rise with a slouch out of the sea, is a thing that happened once too often to me. but not too often, though enough. I count as gain that once I met on a sea tin-tacked with rain that room-sized monster with a matchbox brain. He displaced more than water. He shoggled me centuries back. This decadent townie shook on a wrong branch of his family tree. Swish up the dirt, and when it settles, a spring is all the clearer. I saw me in one fling, emerging from the slime of everything. So who's the monster? The thought made me grow pale for 20 seconds, while sail after sail, the tall fins slid away, and then the tail. Basking Shark by MacCaig. This has been the Vegan's Almanac with the reminder that in all the ways that matter, we are all the same.